Hey, what's up, guys? So today we're going to talk about Google Ads headlines. All right. Now, back in the old days of Google Ads, a few years ago, you could have had a lot more freedom making headlines. They would still have to be about 30 characters long, but you generally have a bit more freedom than you do now. For example, you could have made many ads, 10, 20 back then, and they would have had like I think one or two headline options, and you can control those options to be whatever you want. Now it's a little bit different. Now you have about 15 max headlines, and basically you have to make them all make sense individually and in any order because the algorithm, the machine learning, will be taking those 15 headlines and using them in different combinations, um, and it will find the combination that it deems best, right? Now, the reason they did this, I believe, is because back in the old days, people would abuse these headlines. They would write so much clickbait in these headline types, right? Like, there would be, like, let's say you search a fan, you'll see an ad that says, looking for a fan, here's the one that won like 40 awards. Something like that. Like, they will ask you questions, read what you want back to you, like, they would match the search term exactly, just so that they would have like extreme ways to ensure that they get the click. And Google is kind of trying to make advertisers fall in line a bit and focus more on relevance than enticing people to click. Now, does this really make that happen? Maybe, maybe not. Now, let's get into what to actually do. So, this scenario is you have a bunch of headlines here, and you have 15 spots. You got to use them, and you want to get the best bang for your buck. You want to get the best way to use these headline slots that would benefit you the most. Here's a few ways to do that. So my team and I have broken this down into a few potential options that you could use to organize your thoughts, organize your keywords, your product benefits, your product features, so that whatever you write will basically be relevant to the person searching here. So here we have headlines. So option one that we do is question and response. This is a bit of a holdover from the old days when you would be super enticing to the searcher. It still works, but you just gotta be a little bit more controlled about it and use it a little bit more sparingly. So the way you do this is you put a question and a response and you pin these. So let's say you're selling like a frying pan. It's a non-stick. You could do something like tired of sticky pans, question, and then the answer would be like award-winning non-stick pan. Oops, a lot of typos today, excuse me. But yeah, and then you would pin this in position 1, pin this in position 2. That way it'll only appear in a way that makes sense, the way you envision it. And then you can use the rest of these headline slots for whatever else you want to use them for. All right, so one of the potential options that the machine learning will try will be the kind of 1-2 question answer punch that you tried before. That's one option. Option number 2 is what the product is and then what it does. Now, this does not have to, this could be in any order. It doesn't need to be pinned. So the way you do this is if you're like marketing like a natural deodorant or something, or like a natural body wash, you could do like natural prebiotic cleanser and then eliminates odors in days so that they understand the benefit and what the product is. The next option that we often use is a command and then what the product is, right? So what this means is it's pretty powerful to tell a buyer what you want them to do, which happens to be the benefit they want to see. So get rid of body odor in 10 days. That's a command, right? But it's what they want. So it shows that you're telling them to go where they want to go. It's a relevance match. It shows that what they want is what you're talking about as the brand. And then what it is simply the product's description. It's a prebiotic, anti-odor body wash, etc. This is essentially a combination here that works. All right. Or if you're an agency, you could be like, grow your brand by 30% in 2 weeks. And then what it is could be, e-commerce growth agency, something like that. Basically, you want your headlines to follow a bit of a formula that puts your customers' needs and what you provide at the center of these headlines. All right. Now you can do a lot of tricks here. You can, pin them in different places. You can mix them up. You can include some side benefits like, fast shipping, free shipping, whatever you want to do. But I recommend you keep these focused on benefits and focused on your product so that people get a bit of a dual benefit from your ads as being pointed to what they have to buy, the product. At the same time, getting a sneak peek at how it's going to benefit them. This is for brands who are selling products or services and feel like they want to run them as Google search. If you're an e-commerce brand, I would also recommend that you put most of your budget into shopping, because lead generation is more of the function for search here. If you're selling products, you want to ideally be in shopping so that your product appears when someone searches for it. If you're running search ads, you might be a lot more inclined to benefit from like blog posts and just from content that educates people and pushes them subtly towards buying your products. But this is how you get headlines done. It's a bit more confusing now compared to back in the old days, because a lot of brands have trouble getting returns with this type of headline structure, but it is now mandatory. There is no alternative to this anymore. So your best bet is to learn this and master. And I've given you 3 really important, basically 3 structures so you can write your headlines and get results from these. Have a good one. If you have any questions, let me know. Subscribe, like, let's go.